Good morning, everybody. It's story time. Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to imagination's end. Through song and laugh, there's lots of learning, and the fun never ends. It's story time. Thank you for coming to story time this morning. My name is Mrs. Allie, and I'm here with the Naples Library, broadcasting from the children's room, to deliver your story time this week. Thank you so much for coming. Let's start out with a little bit of sound. Do you hear that? Oh, bird. I forgot my hat and my mittens. That sounds like a cold winter wind. Can you hear it outside? Put your listening ears on. Do you hear that cold wind blowing? Oh no, that means it's winter time. Oh gee, let me just turn this off for a second. Brr, brr, brr. It's getting very cold these days, isn't it? Sometimes it's fun to go outside and play in all of the snow in the winter time. But some of the best feelings in the winter time is when you come in from being outside in the snow and you get a big old blanket and you wrap it around you super tight and you get to cuddle up on the couch and watch your favorite show. It's really a cool thing that we can go inside to get warm in the winter. But what do you think some of the animals do in the winter time? Like a frog. I know we talked about frogs last week. What do you think frogs do when the cold wind and blustery winter blow? Do you ever see frogs outside in the snow? No. Do frogs have fur coats? Oh no, they just have skin, like you and me. So if a frog were to be outside right now, it would be like you going outside without any clothes on, totally naked. That would be way too cold, right? So what do they do in order to stay warm in the winter? Well, that's a trick question because they don't stay warm in the winter. All right, let's use our imagination. First, in order to use your imagination, you have to close your eyes. Can you close your eyes? Close your eyes. No peeking. That's the most important part. Okay, now that our eyes are cold, or our eyes are closed, think about how cold it is out there. Think of the frogs outside. Think of the other animals outside. Burr, burr, burr. Frogs can't wear fur coats. Frogs can't wear mittens. What do they even do out there? What in your imagination is happening outside? Well, today we're going to be talking all about hibernation. Hibernation happens when animals go to sleep all winter long. They'll dig themselves a burrow, they'll hide in a tree, they'll hide with other animals of the same kind and keep warm all winter. Or some animals will just dig in the bottom of a pond in the mud and hunker down under there and stay there the whole winter. That's what frogs do. That's why you don't see them in the winter. They're at the bottom of ponds. Crazy, right? Well, I'm going to show you all sorts of animals that hibernate. This is a book called Animals Hibernating, How Animals Survive Extreme Winter Conditions. And this is by Pamela Hickman. I'm not going to read this book. I'm just using it to show you some cool pictures. All right. What kind of animals, other than frogs, hibernate? On this page, we can see a special kind of mouse hibernates. We can see that snakes hibernate. And this is the only bird we know of that hibernates. These three animals go to sleep all winter long. They hibernate. What other animals hibernate? Well, here's the frog that we talked about earlier. And here are some turtles. Turtles hibernate too. When frogs and turtles hibernate, they dig holes in the mud underneath the water, and their blood freezes all winter long. The blood that's in our bodies is it's liquid, which means it can run like water or milk. It's the same, I was going to say consistency, but that's difficult. But the blood inside of frogs and turtles freezes all winter. They freeze solid. Isn't that crazy? Another animal that hibernates is a woodchuck. You never see them in the winter because they're busy at the bottom of their burrows. They dig holes and they hibernate in holes. Here are some examples of places that different animals hibernate. This top one here is the inside of a tree. Can you see that? And sometimes bats will go inside of trees to hibernate. This one here at the top of the page with some water, you can see there's water above and then mud, and in the mud there's a hole. Who do you think is in the mud underneath the water here? We have a snapping turtle that goes under the water and under the mud all winter long. Just a couple of examples. Here are some more pictures of animals who hibernate. Skunks. Skunks hibernate together as a family to keep each other warm. And so do bats. This is a picture of bats, even though you can't really tell that they're bats because they're just hanging upside down and their wings aren't out. But if you look closely, you can see that they're bats. And the most famous animal who hibernates all winter is the bear. Bears go to sleep all winter long. They eat and eat and eat all summer and all autumn so that they can go to sleep in the winter and survive off of all of the food they ate the summer and the autumn before that winter. Big old bears. And what is this bear hibernating inside of? Can you see what it is? It looks like a cave, doesn't it? Lots of bears hibernate in caves. So these are just a couple of examples of animals who hibernate. And I have a really cool little song here prepared for you. I gave you some of the answers already, but we'll see how smart we are. Can we see the whole whiteboard? I'll back it up a little bit because I know sometimes it crops out. All right. The top, it says Hibernation Station because it rhymes and it sounds cool. So what do we have here? What's going on here? We have a tree, and on that tree there are, what are these? There are leaves on that tree. And what color are the leaves on that tree? We have orange leaves, red leaves, and we do have some brown leaves. When the leaves turn red, orange, and brown, and some of the leaves start to fall off of the tree, what season is it? It's autumn or fall. And as we know, it starts to get cold in the autumn. Brrr. And that is a signal to animals who hibernate that they've got to start looking for a space to stay all winter long. So I have 4 animal friends here with me today, and we're going to sing a song and play a game, and you'll tell me where these 4 animal friends are going to hibernate all winter. There's the tree here, and we have 2 holes in our tree, one up here, one down here. You can see that some of the leaves have fallen onto the ground. You can see here there is a pond with water and a rock, cattails. And this is a big, scary cave. All right, the animals that we have today are a bear, a snake, a frog, and a bat. And we're going to sing a song with these animals. All right. Hibernation, time for hibernation. Hibernation, time to go to sleep. In the winter, where's the bear? Where does this bear sleep in the winter when it hibernates? Does the bear go up in the tree? Does it climb up in the tree in the hole up there? No. What about going underwater and digging into the mud? Do bears go down underneath the water and dig in the mud? No. Bears go in caves. In the winter, where's the bear? Sleeping in a cave or lair. Where's the bear? Cave or lair. Oh. Hibernation, time for hibernation. Hibernation, time to go to sleep. In the winter, where's the frog? Where does the frog go in the winter? Does the frog climb the tree and go into the tree hole? No, the frog doesn't climb the tree. Does the frog go into the cave with the bear? No. Does the frog go under the water and dig into the mud? Yes, the frog goes under the water and in the mud. In the winter, where's the frog? Sleeping in a muddy pond. Where's the frog? Muddy pond. Oh. Hibernation, time for hibernation. Hibernation, time to go to sleep. In the winter, where's the snake? Where do you think the snake goes in the winter? Do you think the snake goes into the cave with the bear? No. Do you think the snake goes underwater with the frog? No. Do you think the snake climbs a tree and goes into the hole in the tree? Not usually. Usually, a snake will go into a slithery hiding space, sometimes under rocks and sometimes underneath trees, where they won't be bothered until it warms up again. All right, hibernation, time for hibernation. Hibernation, time to go to sleep. In the winter, where's the bat? Where's the bat go in the winter to hibernate? Does the bat go underwater with the frog in the mud? No. Does the bat go under the tree with the snake? No. Does the bat go in the hole of the tree? Yes. Lots and lots of bats go in the holes of trees in the winter time, and they sleep in there. But some bats also go into caves with bears. They really do. And they sleep in the caves, away from the bears. They don't snuggle. They hang from the ceiling. Because bats, in order to sleep, they tuck away their wings like this, and they hang upside down. So he would go upside down in the cave, or upside down in the tree. Bats are cool. All right, I'm going to do this song one more time. I'm going to take all the animals off, and you're going to have to guess them really quick. You're going to have to remember where these animals go when they hibernate. All right. Woo. Are you ready? Hibernation, time for hibernation. Hibernation, time to go to sleep. In the winter, where's the bear? Where does the bear go? Sleeping in a cave or lair. Ooh. Where's the bear? Cave or lair. Oh. Hibernation, time for hibernation. Hibernation, time to go to sleep. In the winter, where's the frog? Underneath the muddy pond. Muddy pond, where's the frog? Oh. Hibernation, time for hibernation. Hibernation, time to go to sleep. In the winter, where's the snake? Under a tree so warm and safe. Where's the snake? Warm and safe. Oh. Hibernation, time for hibernation. Hibernation, time to go to sleep. In the winter, where's the bat? In a tree is where it's at. Where's the bat? Tree it's at. Oh. Or, where else can a bat go? A bat can go into a cave, too. Wow, you guys are so smart and you're so good at this game. Wow, we've learned so much about hibernation, haven't we? We have one last thing to do today. We have a story all prepared for you. We're going to read the storybook. Whoa, I'll move you way up like this. We're going to read the storybook, A Story for Small Bear, today. This book is by Alice B. McGinty and Richard Jones. And this book is published by Schwartz and Wade Books. All right. You can see on this page that there is a big bear and a baby bear. And these two bears are coming out of a hole. Ooh. Oh, goodness, sorry. When a late autumn wind swirled into their den after a noontime nap, Small Bear shivered. Can you shiver? Brrr. Shivering because it's cold. Brrr. I smell frost in the air, Mama said. Tonight we will start our winter slumber. And what is our winter slumber called? Hibernation. Tonight we will start our hibernation, she says to her baby. Small Bear snuggled close. Will you tell me stories before we sleep? Small Bear asked. I'd love that, Mama Bear said. But there's work to finish first. If you help, no dilly, no dally, then we'll have time for stories. Small Bear got right to work. With the sun shining high, she helped Mama gather sprigs of spruce to make a soft, warm nest. Spruce is a type of pine tree, like Christmas trees, and bears use the twigs off of Christmas trees to put down as a bed all winter long. See that? We have a pine tree, and these little sticks on the ground are called sprigs. Twigs, sprigs, sticks. All pretty much the same thing. As Small Bear raked the forest floor, she came upon her favorite spot, a cozy hole in the spruce tree. She rubbed her nose in the sweet-smelling wood. And then she scratched her back on the bark. Scritch, scratch, scritch, scratch, scritch, scratch, up against the bark. She could dilly and dally here forever. But then a gust of frigid air ruffled her fur, and Small Bear shuddered. She did not like the cold. Not at all. Small Bear thought of what Mama had said earlier. No dilly, she said to herself. No dally. The wind was biting, winter was knocking, and she had to have time for stories. Goodbye, hole, said Small Bear, and she carried her sprigs back to the line of her bed as quickly as she could. As the sun drifted slowly across the sky, Small Bear and Mama lumbered to the river to bathe, taking a bath in the river. Small Bear tumbled into the clear, cool water and shimmied until all the dirt had been washed out of her fur. Ah, she said, that felt so good. And she splished and she splashed in the water. She said. But she thought to herself, no dilly. She knew that's what Mama would say. Still, she rolled and wriggled and played in the water some more. No dally, Small Bear thought, but it was so hard to leave. What could she do? The wind was biting, winter was knocking, and she had to save time for stories. Finally, firmly, Small Bear waded to the shore. Goodbye, river, she said, as she shook herself dry. Can you shake yourself dry? Mama, Mama, Small Bear called. Where are you, Mama? At last, Small Bear saw her and ran into the berry grove. This is where all the berries are. Bears love berries. Late day sunshine warmed them as they munched on berries, juicy and red. Then Small Bear saw acorns high above. Can you point to some of the acorns that Small Bear can see? What does an acorn look like? Well, here is an acorn. Here is an acorn. And here. And here. And here. Acorns are the seeds of oak trees. A whole tree comes out of this little tiny acorn. Isn't that amazing? Whoa, she's pretty high up there, huh? Up, up, up. She climbed one branch onto another. And then she ate the acorn. Acorn after acorn she ate. She looked out from the branches. Ah, she said to herself, I could stay here forever. But now the sun had begun to curve into a sunset. No dilly, Small Bear reminded herself. Still, she reached for a really plump acorn to eat. She couldn't help herself. No dally, Small Bear said. But how could she leave? The forest was full of food and adventure. She didn't want to go to sleep all winter. Suddenly, though, Small Bear shivered. Can you shiver like Small Bear? So cold. The sun was setting. The wind was biting. Winter was knocking, and she had to leave time for stories. Small Bear knew what to do. Goodbye, trees, she said as she scrambled down. Mama, Mama, she called. Mama, Mama. And she scampered between the bushes. Mama, Mama. She scurried over the rocks. Where was Mama? Mama was so far away. Finally. The Small Bear saw her mother lumbering near the mulberry trees. Here I am, Mama, Small Bear said to Mama. And together, they started down the path toward home. What time of day does it look like it is right now? The whole day has passed by, and it looks like the moon and the stars are starting to come out. It's getting to be nighttime. Back in their den, clean and fed, Small Bear and her mama nestled down into their spruce bough nest. Did I save enough time for stories? Asked Small Bear. And Mama said, You did. She pulled her little bear close and started to tell her a story. In a deep, rumbling voice, Mama began. Once there lived a small bear who loved to play. Her mama watched her as she scratched in her cozy hole. No dilly. She splashed in her clear, cool stream. No dally. And she adventured in the tall, tall trees. Would she save time for stories? Small Bear listened, very content, because she knew how the story would end. And as the first snowflakes of winter floated down outside, Small Bear drifted to sleep for the winter. The end. So Small Bear is experiencing her first year hibernating with her mom. All right, friends. Well, it looks like we're out of time today, but I do have a couple of more books that I'd like to recommend to you if you'd like to learn more about hibernation. We have these here at the library. The first one is Every Autumn Comes the Bear. This one is just about how a bear prepares to go to sleep for the winter. It's really beautifully illustrated, and it's very simply written. Love this book. And then we have another book called Bear Snores On, about all of Bear's friends who come to visit when Bear is sound asleep in his cave all winter. All of his friends come to visit. All of his friends come to visit and keep him company and dance around. And I'll let you discover how that one ends. This is great for hibernation too. Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you learned something, and I hope that you enjoyed singing and playing the hibernation game. I'll catch up with you next week, okay, everybody? Until then, have a really great day. See you later. Bye-bye.